Hey guys, Rachel here from Today Joys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I am going to be sharing with you 5 tips for homeschooling a preschooler. So let's get started. Today's video, along with the others in this week, are going to be a Sonlight week. So I'm going to be sharing some tips from Sonlight and how I've used it, my review, and I'm going to end on a culminating blog post that's going to talk about all of this and why I chose Sonlight for my preschoolers. So to dive in today's video, it's going to be about 5 tips for preschooling. I did want to let you know that Sonlight sent my family a preschool package and we have enjoyed it this year. So thank you so much, Sonlight, for sending us this curriculum. So I am sitting in my daughter's room and she is the preschooler that I mainly used this Sonlight curriculum with. I've got my notes here and I'm going to get started. My first tip would be to take it easy and have no pressure. I see all kinds of moms, like in some Facebook groups, if it's their first child, like, oh, my baby is 8 weeks, what should I be doing? And really it's all about taking it easy and exploring and playing at this point under kindergarten, even kindergarten as well. I mean, let them be little. Go outside and explore the nature, look at the trees, look at the bugs. Look at things around your house and just play together. That's what my first tip would to be, and it doesn't need to be structured or anything like that. My next tip is to read together. There are a lot of statistics out there and I'm going to read a couple of them. The first one says reading to your young children affects their brain activity and may just give them a boost they need to support and promote reading skills. And the next one, reading books aloud to your children stimulates their imagination and expands understanding the world, and it helps develop language and listening skills and prepares them to understand the written word, which they move on to in kindergarten and as they grow. Sonlight is really great at this because they offer wonderful literature packages all the way from preschool to high school. And we actually got to use Sonlight last year when my children were in 3rd and 4th grade, and we did level D, and it was about American history, and even I learned so much. And it's just a great way. It helps whether you're a little kid or a big kid. Reading is great, and especially when you have little kids and big kids learning homeschooling, they can just sit there and be a part of it. And also your older kids can read little kid books to your little kids. So that is my second tip. Just read as much as you can. My next tip would be if they like hands-on activities, then do some hands-on activities. Although I think reading and what Sonlight does is really important, some kids just like the hands-on stuff, especially my 5-year-old. She just turned 5 a couple months ago, and she really likes the hands-on stuff. She loves reading too. And Sonlight actually has a lot of great things that are hands-on. This came with the preschool package, and it's the Teddy Mix and Match, and she really loved to play this game. We played it all the time, and it has these bears and you find matches. Could be good for even smaller kids like 2 and 3-year-old, but she loves it and she's 5. Another thing that came with the package are these Colorix. They're water pastel crayons, and they really loved playing with these. Another item that's good to have is just some magnets with letters, and you could get a cooking sheet from the Dollar Tree, or if you have a whiteboard that's magnetic. She liked to practice letters and making words with these. Workbooks are okay. Although Sonlight has everything that you need, some kids like the workbook, and so you could find little workbooks like these at the Dollar Tree. This is one where you put stickers where they go. And another easy hands-on activity is PlayDoh. I've really enjoyed this Sargent Art Time dough, and it's lasted this whole entire year, and it didn't get dried out or anything unless we didn't put the lid on it. And so that's another great hands-on activity. My next tip is it's all about repetition and guiding them. So when your kids are little, preschoolers, toddlers, whatever, you go over the ABCs a million times. You say that is a red apple, or those leaves are green, and you do it a million times and over again. You're being constantly repeating what you're talking about and what you're learning. You read nursery rhymes and books over and over again until eventually, when they're a little bit older, preschoolers, they're reading. So they're looking at the book and they're saying what you've been saying all this time for all the million times that you've read it over the years. So we do that with Goodnight Moon. That's one of my favorite kids books, and we've read that with all of our kids, my oldest down to the youngest. They can all, you know, when we're reading it, say certain parts. Even the older kids now, if they're not looking at the words, they can remember what was said because we had read it so many times. And then guide them through correcting them. So if they enunciate a word wrong, then of course, then us moms will say it correctly. So like if we're saying apple, then you say apple. And whatever word it is, my youngest, my 3-year-old, has some speech delays, and so we're constantly doing that with him when he's trying to say a word. Like, for instance, he'll say Julia for Julia, and so then we'll say Julia, and we say it with the correct term. And my last tip is to just have fun and to praise them when they've done a good job. So we all like to be praised when we've done a good job. So if they said the ABCs correctly, or they counted to 5, or they sat with you nicely while you read a book together, then, you know, you praise them. You say, London, you've done such a good job, or Kobe, I'm so proud of you for doing so and so. And never stop doing that, even when your kids are older. I know that I've failed at doing that several times, and I'm working on that as I have little kids and older kids. Well, that's going to be it for my 5 tips for homeschooling a preschooler. I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Be sure to check out the Sonlight playlist below that has all of my Sonlight videos, and be on the lookout for the blog post that will be linked below in this video in case you're watching it later. And it will have all information about Sonlight this year and my review and why we chose Sonlight. I hope that you guys have a blessed day, and we will see you in the next video. Bye guys.